welcome one, welcome all to From Broken to Worlds, where I overcome some injuries that I've been suffering through for the last about year or so, actually a bit more, and hopefully we will train myself to qualify for the 2027 World's Highland Games Masters Championship. So today was a bit of an interesting day. I think I'm gonna label this one hard workout. And it wasn't like particularly hard, it's just another workout along my plan. But growing up, I've had the fun experience of going through many concussions. So some days I wake up and I just have a hard time focusing on things. And today was one of them days. So it was hard in that sense that my head just wasn't into it. Now, your head not being into it could be for all sorts of different reasons. Maybe you got something stressful going on in your life, or maybe you're just, for whatever reason, not waking up, or whatever the reason happens to be. These days happen. And you can see you'll see how it kind of affected my workout today. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about how I deal with these days that are just, I can't concentrate very well. I have time, my form, I couldn't generate power through the form I happen to be in. Or I could, but I just had a lot more trouble. As you can see on this lift, I fail. And then, so I kind of walk around and tighten up my belt. But I wanted to talk a little bit about how to deal with these kind of days, because I have them a few times a month, and they aren't the best days. Well, one thing you can do that you shouldn't is internally beat yourself up on these days. These days happen to everybody. Now, sometimes scolding yourself will actually help you focus. So it's not always bad to kind of beat yourself up. Sometimes that actually cuts through the haze and allows you to focus better. But when I say the negative self-talk, as you can see, I was able to go back and focus properly and get the job done. When I say don't beat up, I'm talking more long term. Like, don't think you're worthless. Like, some people go through like a tailspin when they have days like this. I've been working out long enough to know that they just happen. And in one sense, you just do the best you can and chalk it up as that day. Don't injure yourself. This is a time when injury could be possibly a little more likely because you're having trouble focusing on the form. But just accept these days. They happen. And they don't make you less of a lifter or anything. They really suck when they happen on competition days, which has happened to me. And that's not good, but maybe evaluate why you are having these days. Maybe it's you didn't sleep enough, or it could be all sorts of different things. And see if there's anything that can be done about it. Think more solution-minded than negative, beating yourself-minded. When I play this hard rock music, it's often because I'm having one of these days. And sometimes just having sort of loud music helps focus me. One thing I did do is I bought some smelling salts. And I'm hoping, I didn't use them today because it's upstairs and I didn't want to go up and get it. You gotta put a spoonful of water in it and all this kind of stuff. I should have did it, but I didn't. But that is way to potentially cut through the haze that's in your mind. Smelling salts, like, just try to find solutions to the problem, because the problem is going to happen. But don't beat yourself up to the point where you feel discouraged. If you have to beat yourself up, it's just to motivate you, but not to discourage you. So that would probably be my main advice here is that just expect that these days. See, I failed here. I tried again and failed again. You can see him. It wasn't moving bad. It was just I couldn't focus enough to push properly through it. See, this last rep, that even though my form was bad, I was able to complete it. So it wasn't a lack of ability to complete. It was just a lack of ability to focus. So what I'm going to do, my solution is to make sure I get enough sleep to sleep well between now and my next workout. And hopefully that'll, sometimes the haze lasts a little bit, but that might do the trick. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about today. That bad days happen. Sometimes it's your body, but sometimes it's your mind. And today was, well, more specifically my brain was not being overly cooperative with me today. But I've learned to accept that that happens, because it just happens fairly frequently. That was a really poor rep there. So I had some time to do accessories. I almost was late for work this morning because of these accessories, but I hit like every red light on the way to work, and I had 20 seconds to spare, but I made her in. But these are my seated calf raises. Sometimes I put something underneath my foot so I get a bigger stretch, but didn't do that today. I haven't actually done this exercise before. You can see I'm kind of trying to get things, my distance, and make sure I'm not hitting the top and bottom like that. One thing about the Bells of Steel cable tower that I have is right now I'm using 2 pulleys, and that gives a 1-to-1 ratio to the lat pull down machine, or the cable tower. And if you do one, it cuts the weight in half, but you get twice the travel. So that's what I ended up doing on my second set. I'm just pulling from 1 pulley. I double the weight, and then I have lots of room, and there's no issues with bottoming out on the lift. You can see it's not even going halfway up. So a little advantage to the Bells of Steel cable towers. I know some other companies do this as well. It's a nice thing to have to make things work when they're not working all that well. All right, well, this is about the end of my workout. I only did 2 sets of accessories instead of 3, which I'm glad I did 2 instead of 3. All right, guys, that's it.